let me introduce Sheila to you. Sheila is a banker by day and a farmer after hours. She is the founder and chief executive officer of Ascend Garden, an urban homestead garden and social enterprise. I want to give her as much time as I can. So without further ado, ladies, please help me welcome Sheila Bernardo. Yay!
Hello, everyone. Hi, pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I wanted to just check that you're seeing my screen.
Yes.
Good. Thanks for the introduction. So I am Shiela Bernardo, and I'm an entrepreneur, a corporate professional, a student in grad school, community volunteer, you could say mother, wife, daughter of the Most High. I want to share with you Ascend Garden, what it's all about. And throughout my presentation, you'll notice I'll have some thought-provoking questions, and I would urge you to also think through the answers to these questions in light of mission and ministry opportunities where you're currently serving, because serving looks different for each one of us, right? So Ascend Garden, it is an urban homestead garden and social enterprise, and we use vertical-oriented grow modules such as solar-powered aeroponics to grow a variety of greens and herbs. And we use only a small footprint to grow specialty mushrooms and microgreens. Ascend Garden is a small, simple garden in our backyard, and it produces food for our household with surplus, which we find ways to share to our community. We like to think that we answer to the Great Commission because we reach across the globe and build community livelihood programs to promote self-sustaining food sources. And we influence the transformation to occur on various levels: physical, social, spiritual. It is business as mission. And so I want to just show the big picture here and what the desired future is. Ascend Garden, we believe in the power of sustainable solutions. We empower households to grow their own food at home. Our mission is to educate and activate individuals to participate in sustainability efforts and fostering that community feel, right, through gardening as a shared activity. Because community development initiatives, we encourage people to come together and work toward a common goal where the inherent outcome is building and nurturing relationships. So today I'm thrilled to just share the vision, invite you to join us in leading a change initiative to adopt a sustainable garden, okay, and deploy Ascend Garden by Faith micro farms. We are partnered with a social enterprise called Faith, which stands for Food Always in the Home. This is mission right in our backyards to sow and grow and to extend a hand. We maximize the recursive output of a thriving garden in more ways than one. So I want to give you just a little bit of context and what we're trying to do, put up a pilot production site of like a filled for microgreens and mushrooms. And so it's two ways. So we grow new crops for continual harvest. And then on the other side of the coin is processing site where we use the fresh produce to create finished goods, so dry goods for processing. And then we would export that, right? The context of this is mission and community outreach, and this is what it will look like for those that will get involved. They'd help with growing kits assembly, doing a harvest learning lab, putting together aeroponic community garden, do a farm to table vision casting luncheon, and an international eco tour and mission exposure trip. So what's happening and why this discussion, right? Because our program, it's not just about gardening, it's about fostering food security through innovative, sustainable urban farming methods. We aim to revolutionize the way that communities approach agriculture. Because Ascend Garden, we help deploy sustainable programs for ag tech paired with interdisciplinary training, while building livelihood programs for underserved communities locally and internationally. So this is what we're looking at as our global growth strategy. But you might ask, right, like the question, Whiffen question, what's in it for me? And I would answer that. What's in it for you and me is, first and foremost, we develop the skill of self-sufficiency, of growing food at home. Then we find community. Our programs are actionable on an individual level in a collaborative landscape. Okay. And we believe in the power of strategic partnership, like a multifaceted network, because here, I think there was 20 of us here, the diversity of our backgrounds, that brings something to the table. But why the urgency, right? What's the rallying cry? I think that our actions in our spheres creates a ripple effect that's felt on the other side of the globe. It's like a domino effect, and we can amplify the social impact of what we can do together. Because Ascend Garden is a well-rounded, strategic entry-level approach to win the world for Christ. And we can support low-income families in food deserts while simultaneously be provoking and winsome for the mid and high-income families looking for a backyard garden. We hyper-localize the food sources, strengthening our food systems, and we teach and reinforce the importance of eating fresh foods, fresh and whole foods. We teach our children, our families, even ourselves, where food comes from and what real food looks like from seed to harvest. So I hope that you could join us in the journey for a more sustainable, equitable world, where we can cultivate the change together and be salt and light of the world. And so I want to instill the confidence with all of you ladies that are here. Why do we believe that we can do this? Think, okay, so adapting a garden, a sustainable garden, you're not only supporting local food production, but you're also contributing to a larger mission, right? And we can empower communities together and align capitalism across many activities to drive the resources toward solving social problems, like just global issues like hunger and poverty. It sounds like a tall order, but there is, in fact, something we can do in our own little ways by engaging in our social enterprise. And you could ask, maybe, what is the support structure? How will the team or the mission partners be equipped to succeed, right? We are deploying Ascend Garden micro farms and Ascend Garden by Faith micro farms, and these are homestead food production sites. And we support local livelihood utilizing these vertical modalities. And we serve as a gateway for agricultural solutions for insecure sectors in the emerging economies, starting in the Philippines. We'd like to create more jobs and empower individuals from impoverished backgrounds to open opportunities for economic stability and self-reliance. The people who we are intentionally reaching out to, they have no farming background, at least most of them don't. They are members of the community who we need to look after and who can really use the opportunity. And we're talking about orphans, disabled people, widows, victims of sex trafficking. They would learn the end-to-end process of farming, cultivating, harvesting, and then creating a value-add food product that they can sell and create a source of scalable income, right? And we also want to give means to the workers in the mission field to follow up with our target areas to pave the way for holistic, transformative community development and impactful life change. We want to introduce just the interdisciplinary training of the strong discipleship support, servant leadership, and entrepreneurship foundations. So the key progress points in our journey, this is how you could engage with Ascend Garden, and these are our engagement opportunities. If I could invite you to scan this QR code that takes you to our Instagram page that will keep you abreast of what we do in our community. There's many things. Farmers market is our entry level to our social enterprise, but we do a host of other things like do private events. This is what I'm talking to you about today, adopting a sustainable garden. But it's just fascinating to be empowered to grow food at home and participate in community gardening, doing a harvest learning lab, which you learn how to grow food and then do something with the fresh ingredients, right? Grower support and these trainings. So this is, again, I want to invite you, if you are able to take part in any of our engagement opportunities, this is where we could gather the community together and raise awareness about the issues, societal issues, right? Standing behind our principled belief that charity is not enough, but charity wrapped up in dignity presents itself in the form of productive work. And I think that's really important when it comes to community development initiatives. So I guess the question is, how will we evaluate our progress, right? The project to adopt a sustainable farm requires $5,000 per farm site, but givers to the cost can correspond and communicate with the target community so that you can keep your finger on the pulse of the progress. We will name the farm site after your family, your small group, your organization, your company. We will arrange for an international eco tour and mission exposure trip so that you meet the people that you're helping. Right now, the concrete goal is to build and impact the lives of 34 villages that's below the poverty line, located in Indang, Cavite, in the Philippines. And we would do this by building mushroom farming communities, deploying aeroponic village gardens, and also developing microgreen grow kits accompanied with that curriculum to roll out that agri-tech education and pair it with effective hands-on engagement. So thank you guys. Thank you all for your time and your attention.